I've been a faker since I was little. A gambling father, a suggestive sister, a macho brother, a grandma who favored boys over girls, and me, the ultimate faker. Until one day, I found out I was the real heiress of a wealthy family. After being recognized by the elite, the first thing I did was flaunt, the second was to forget my roots, and the third was to post, I don't need a lot of money, I need a lot of love. 1. I've been poor and loved to act rich since I was a kid. Even though my family was very poor, I pretended to be rich at school. My dad was a gambling addict, owed a lot of money, and had been hiding in another province for years, working odd jobs. My mom ran off with another man and hadn't contacted us since. Whenever classmates talked about their parents, I would say they were senior executives in a corporation who had to fly around the world every day. Well, they're very busy, and they can't see me for a few months out of the year, but they still give me tens of thousands in spending money every month. I usually just learn golf and travel around. A rich classmate bought a new Mayumiu hair clip and asked why I didn't use luxury goods. I stared at my fingernails nonchalantly. My parents always tell me to be low-key and only buy me niche brands. This sweater is handmade in France. I secretly tugged at the frayed sleeve, flashing a perfect smile. Compared to those luxury brands, one is soulless, and the other has soul. For the end-of-term art performance, I had to pay 200 yuan for rehearsal fees and costumes, and I was the only one in the class who didn't participate. I raised my hand gracefully, "Teacher, I won't participate in the training because I have a 1-on-1 piano lesson every day." When school was over, a classmate asked me, "Joanne, why hasn't your family's driver come to pick you up yet?" I deliberately dawdled. "Today, I asked the driver to change to a blue Ferrari to pick me up, so it might be a bit slow." "Oh well, I'm used to it. After all, it takes time to get a new car." Classmate, "Then I'll go first." 2. I didn't dare to sneak out of the school gate and run back to my cramped home until everyone was gone. My younger sister, who was a year younger than me, was wearing heavy makeup and live-streaming suggestive dances. She had been dating a hoodlum at school before, and she often got into fights with others, so she was kicked out of school. When she saw me come back, she answered a call and ordered me around. "Hey, sis, lend me 8 yuan. I'll pay you back when I have money." I glared at her and refused directly. "No. Oh, are you looking down on me?" She flew into a rage and glared at me. Then she yelled into the phone, "It's just a cup of milk tea, do you think I can't afford it? Sisters, emergency help, lend me some money." She started calling her social circle sisters one by one. After making dozens of calls, she finally raised 8 yuan. She winked at me triumphantly. "Once you're in society, who's the big sister is not certain." The world turned upside down. My fingers twitched, desperately suppressing the urge to slap her. Whatever, it has nothing to do with me. 3. When I returned to my room, I found that 100 yuan was missing from my drawer. That was the change I had managed to save, exchanged for a brand new bill, just so I wouldn't look broke when paying the class fee. Who touched my stuff? My grandma in the kitchen was hugging my super macho little brother, feeling guilty and not daring to meet my eyes. I walked up to her and asked expressionlessly, "Did you steal my money?" "What do you mean steal? What's wrong with an older sister spending money on her younger brother?" She pushed me away and didn't forget to say sarcastically, "Who knows where your money came from? Tisk, it's better to give this money to my good grandson." 6-year-old macho little brother was fearless because he had someone to rely on. He grinned and made a face. "I just took it, so what? Grandma said your money is mine. If you dare to scold me, I'll tell Dad to come back and beat you to death." I looked down at him and sneered twice. Before, when he was at home, I could only pretend to be submissive in order to survive and put up with this little tyrant. Now that Gambler had escaped to another province to avoid debt, it was impossible for him to come back for at least half a year. "Then let you see who is the real master of this house." I grabbed his clothes and dragged him to my small room. Then, before the old woman could react, I quickly locked the door. I stretched my wrists, a wicked smile on my lips. "Hee hee." I slapped him twice on the back of the hand. He was stunned by my slaps and didn't dare to move. After a few seconds, he burst into tears and rushed over to hit me. But he was suppressed by my slaps again. "You still want to fight back?" The old woman listened to the child's crying inside, anxiously banging on the door. She didn't forget to curse, "Joanne, how dare you hit your brother, let him go." "Oh my goodness, my good grandson." I didn't say anything, just kept slapping him. Finally, the old woman at the door couldn't hold on anymore. She compromised, "Joanne, I'll return the money to you, hurry up and let my grandson out." "Give me the money first, slip it in." Give it, give it, give it." She slipped the money in through the crack in the door. I let go of my brother, whose face was already swollen on both sides, and unceremoniously grabbed the bill from the crack in the door. After rubbing it twice, I licked my lips. "Double compensation, and I'll let him go." You You don't keep your word. The old woman held the doorknob and was about to faint, but the sound of slaps inside woke her up instantly. If you don't give it, your grandson might be beaten to death by me. She sounded like she was about to collapse. I'll give it. I'll give it to you, please stop hitting your brother. After receiving another bill, I let him go with satisfaction. You have such a poisonous heart. The old woman hugged her grandson and pointed at me tremblingly. Thank you for the compliment. I showed a shameless smile. 4. With a natural expression, I pushed the two of them away and slapped a bill in front of the gangster sister. Don't tell anyone I'm your sister outside from now on. Pretend you don't know me when you see me, got it? Last time, she almost ruined all my efforts just because she called my name at school. Fortunately, I was good at pretending and said she was the daughter of my family's nanny, and no one questioned it. This money is a compensation for her. My sister squinted at me listlessly. If you need anything, find your sister Ling. I'll remember this favor. You can call my brothers and sisters in society whenever you need them. I closed my eyes and squeezed out a smile after a long time. Just don't say you know me. That's all. Thank you. The old hag shouted from the side, Jolene, if you dare to take it, I'll let your dad beat you to death. Joanne is ignorant, and you're making trouble too? Hurry up and return the money to Grandma. Macho little brother glared at us hatefully, crying and yelling, you all bully me, I'll beat you to death. Jolene called her sisters as if she didn't hear anything. Let's go, your sister Ling is treating today. I'll take you to eat a big meal. I sighed and returned to my room, closing the door. What kind of terrible setup is this? Forget it, let's read some enjoyable novels. I found a fake Heiress novel, and when I saw the heroine's background, I almost cried. What's the difference between this and me? Oh, right, I'm better at faking it. Thinking of this, I suddenly felt bored and opened Little Red Book. The wealth-flaunting posts I saw almost made me angry. Jiangsu, Zhejiang, and Shanghai Miss. Haha, you're really funny. My Ivy League friends didn't understand these memes when I was studying in the United States. I still like the feeling of being with you. It's really lonely being alone in Beverly Hills. It's good to be back in China. But I'm only staying in Harvard for a short time. I have to go back to Beijing. Although I have a Shanghai hookup, after all, my parents bought me a villa in the Beijing Manor in the East 3rd Ring Road to Live, Indiana. I had created my own Miss Persona online before, but I was exposed, and my account was also cancelled. Now I'm learning frame by frame, determined to make a comeback. Just as I was thinking about this, I heard the sound of macho little brother, who bullies the weak but fears the strong, banging on the door outside. He called his dad to complain. She hit me. How dare she hit me, boo-hoo. Isn't her money mine? Dad, come back quickly and sell her for money. Didn't you say she's going to marry me a wife? And the old hag added fuel to the fire, that's right, she's too outrageous. She's bullying my good grandson because no one cares about her, and she even knows how to steal my money. Oh my, this old woman, am having such a hard life. Shut up. I clenched the quilt and roared fiercely. The outside went silent, and my gambling father immediately called me. You little bitch, are you tired of living? See how I deal with you when I get back. You wait, don't even think about getting the 200 living expenses this month. Apologize to your brother and grandma. I gritted my teeth and hung up the phone, flipping out a photo of my brother from the album. Not overly ugly, because he already looked abstract enough. I used a small account to edit a post, asking on Little Red Book if he could be a child model. Watching the crazy increase in negative comments, I closed my eyes peacefully and fell asleep. 5. My living expenses were gone, and the old woman at home was on guard against me everywhere, so I couldn't even find a chance to cause trouble. After living frugally for a few days, I ran out of money to eat at school. A classmate asked curiously why I wasn't eating. I replied with 3 parts elegance, 3 parts contempt, and 4 parts nonchalance. My parents said these foods are unhealthy and told me not to eat them. My family's Michelin chef customizes high-end meals for me every day. You wouldn't understand. Someone questioned, then why are you drinking school water? I said calmly, usually, my family's water is airlifted from glaciers, but there's no way, it's too troublesome. I'm not that delicate, so I'll just experience life. When I returned home at night, I was immediately stunned. The door had been smashed open, and everything inside had been turned upside down. I rushed to the bed and squatted down. The 100 yuan hidden under the bed was gone. The old woman and her grandson were hiding in the bedroom. I slammed on the door but couldn't open it, so I could only rage helplessly. The living room was bare, and not a single penny was left. What should I do? The class fee had to be paid tomorrow. I could only suppress my anger and kneel at the door, begging her to return the money to me. The class fee has to be paid tomorrow. This money is really important to me. Please return it to me. Her sarcastic voice came from inside. Now you're coming to beg me, huh? Impossible. Just wait and see yourself embarrass yourself tomorrow. I'm so angry. When I'm rich one day, the first thing I'll do is slap you to death. Cranial orgasms alone are useless. I suffered all night and didn't know what to do. In the morning, my sister handed me 5 yuan, winking at me greasily. Short on money? You can always ask your sister. My connections in society, tisk, I'll definitely help you raise it. Hee, no need. I twitched my lips and hurriedly picked up my school bag and left. 6. Along the way, I was constantly trapped in a panicked and collapsed mood. What should I do? If I don't even have this little money, I'll be exposed. Everyone will look down on me and isolate me. I'll be ruined. I was in a dark place, as if countless eyes were watching me, pointing fingers at me. Beep beep beep. The piercing honk pulled me back to reality. I stood there blankly, looking around. I was crossing the road? Are you blind? Are you blind? The car window rolled down, and a man wearing sunglasses roared angrily. He had a superior temperament and looked like a rich second generation with a good family background. He was driving a blue Ferrari. I wish it were mine. I withdrew my unrealistic fantasy and apologized submissively. I'm sorry, I didn't pay attention just now. When he saw my face clearly, the man was stunned for a moment. He opened the car door and walked down, pulling me aside and frowning. What's your name? Huh? I didn't know what he wanted to say, but I still replied obediently, Joanne. Weren't you scared just now? It's true that I was too impatient. He suddenly raised his hand and rubbed my head hard. Let's exchange contact information. If you feel uncomfortable, contact me, and I can compensate you. Why did this person's attitude change so quickly? I nodded slowly, not noticing that he had just pulled out a few strands of my hair. Although I felt that something was wrong, vanity ultimately took over. While he was sitting back in the car, I secretly took a photo of the luxury car with my mobile phone. That broad-shouldered, narrow-waisted figure, perfect face, and superior temperament were definitely the perfect choice for me to show off. Wow, is this really your brother? Of course, he's the one who drove me to school today. Girls around me shrieked, oh my god, he's so handsome. I proudly raised my chin. My brother is usually very busy and has to go to all sorts of social events. It's rare for him to make time to be with me today. I told you before that this Ferrari is just standard equipment. There are dozens of cars in my garage. The exclamations around me rose and fell. I enjoyed the admiring or jealous gazes, acting like a real pro. It's nothing. 7. When it came time to pay the class fee, I was the only one in the class who hadn't paid. The teacher looked around, and I raised my hand, feigning composure. Teacher, my family usually transfers money directly to my bank card. I don't have cash. You didn't bring it? The teacher frowned and said, then have your parents transfer it to me on WeChat. Teacher, my parents are on a business trip abroad. They're very busy and don't have time to deal with these things. I lied without batting an eye. It's okay, I'll call your parents later. Everyone except Joanne has paid, right? I'm going to leave now that everyone has paid. She finished speaking and walked out of the classroom directly, not giving me a chance to continue explaining. I bit my teeth, not knowing what to do for a while, and could only pray that the gambler wouldn't answer the phone. Otherwise, the persona I had carefully built up over the past 2 years would be completely ruined. I swallowed hard and hesitantly opened my phone's address book. Ask that rich guy for money? But why would anyone help me? Keep dreaming, Joanne. After spacing out for a while, the homeroom teacher suddenly called my name at the door. Joanne, come out for a moment. It's over. My hanging heart died completely. Following her to the corridor, I opened my mouth stiffly like a puppet. Teacher, what's wrong? She looked at me sternly. Joanne, why are you lying? I lowered my head and didn't dare to speak. The students in the classroom whispered to each other. I felt the gazes directed at me, all full of prying malice. Your dad said he doesn't know about this and that you not only bully your brother and grandma at home, but you've also learned to steal money. Her tone was full of disappointment. I didn't expect you to be such a vain person, lying to teachers and classmates at school. I watched her lips open and close, and the buzzing tinnitus engulfed me. The huge sense of embarrassment from many years ago surrounded me again. I seemed to be back in kindergarten, because my family was poor, and I didn't have parents to back me up. Everyone bullied me and ostracized me. Joanne is so pitiful, she doesn't have a dad or mom. Let's go, let's not play with her. She feels dirty. Even when playing games, they would deliberately push me to the ground. Teacher. I saw her cheating, she stepped on the line. Yeah, I saw it too. Me too. Now there were more of my classmates, and countless shadows pointed fingers at me, their gazes aggressive and wanton. So Joanne is all an act, how shameless. A poor person still pretending to be a rich lady, I've been annoyed by her for a long time. Let's all stay away from her. I didn't. Countless hands pushed me into a cramped corner, and the most innocent malice fell from the sky like dirty water. What did I do wrong? Why are they all isolating me and bullying me? Just as I was about to become obsessed, I suddenly felt a warm embrace. I raised my eyes blankly and saw the brother from this morning. He helped me wipe away the tears from the corners of my eyes and rubbed my head with a look of distaste. My brain short-circuited instantly. No way, why is he here? 8. I took 2 steps back and realized that there was a middle-aged couple behind him. Are these rich people? One glance almost blinded me. The woman held a few receipts in her hand, her eyes shining with tears. Joanne. Who are they? Before I could react, I heard the brother say, Joanne is my sister. She's not lying. Our family is rich. Can't you tell? The person you called is a trafficker. You believe a criminal. Sister, what the heck? I widened my eyes, staring blankly at the woman in front of me. She hugged me. Good daughter, you've suffered, boo-hoo, I'm your mother. You were stolen by a trafficker when you were just born, and we've been looking for you all these years. Isn't this really a dream? I secretly pinched myself, and the pain made me almost fly with joy. I'm becoming a rich person? The brother pinched my face, looking me up and down. What are you thinking about like a fool? Let's go first. Withdraw from school. I took his hand, my whole body floating in the air. Let's get to know each other again. I'm Ethan Walker. He handed me a card domineeringly. I haven't figured out what to give you yet, but Mom and Dad will prepare a house and a car for you. I only have a little pocket money. There are tens of millions in this card. Spend it as you like. Consider it my apology to you. Don't care about what others think of you. You can use money to shut their mouths. My eyes stung, and I almost cried. Is this the happiness of the rich? With a turn of my mind, I asked, is there another, fake heiress in this family? Joanne, did you watch too many novels and break your brain? He flicked my forehead lightly, and I covered my head, baring my teeth and glaring at him. What? I told you that you were abducted by a trafficker. Where did a fake heiress come from? We've been looking for you all along. How could we adopt another sister? Seeing my aggrieved look, he rubbed my head hard again. I came in a hurry today. I had a rush DNA test done and came to find you. I haven't prepared any clothes for you yet. Let's go, I'll take you to pick out a few sets. 9. Returning to the big villa at night, I lay on the sofa as if in a dream. In front of me were piles of dresses, suits, and casual clothes of various styles. All luxury brands that I never dared to imagine before. I don't even recognize so many of them even when I was faking it. Ethan, with his handsome face, was jumping up and down beside me. Our Joanne is so beautiful. She looks so good even with a casual dress up. If I knew I had such a cute sister, everyone would be so jealous. Mom and Dad took me to the door of a large room with expectant faces. Joanne, guess what's inside? We thought about it for a long time and thought you might like this gift the most. The moment I pushed the door open, I was speechless. The bed was piled with red banknotes. As soon as the door opened, all the ones on the side floated to my feet. There were also all kinds of dazzling luxury goods. Ethan raised his head proudly. If Joanne likes money, then I'll fill the room with money. How about it, are you satisfied? Mom took my hand and explained, this is not your sleeping room. I specially decorated the second floor for you. Go to sleep after you're done playing. What's wrong? Don't you like it? Looking at the scene I had imagined countless times before me, I was so excited that I almost cried, choking with emotion. I like it, of course I like it. Can you leave first? I want to rest by myself for a while. As soon as I closed the door, I jumped up and threw myself into the bed of my dreams. It smells so good, I'd be willing to sleep here. After rolling back and forth several times, I casually waved a handful of banknotes and closed my eyes with satisfaction. Wait. I forgot to show off. I sat up with a carp jump and started taking pictures like crazy. After editing the post, I beautifully wrote, oh my, I didn't expect that I really was the abducted daughter of a wealthy family. Haha, you guys are all just joking, but I really became a rich lady. Soon, a bunch of people in the comments section broke down. Congratulations, gnashingteeth.jpg. Aren't you trying to show off, sister? No one cares. VMe 50 to see your strength. I replied, QR code. Oh my god, is it real? That person sent a private message directly, sister, you are so rich and kind, you are my goddess. Without blushing, I added 2 more zeros to the 50. The other party reacted violently. Oh my god, miss, I'm your dog. The sky roared, and this old slave made a shining debut. Miss, please tell me what you need. I was secretly pleased, it's nothing, just SOSO. After all, I have the strength. After she posted a screenshot in the comment section, everyone exploded. Oh my god, beautiful sister, look at me. Master. Miss, are you still missing a dog? The corners of my mouth turned up on the screen. These netizens are the real deal. 10. After lying on the bed and emptying my mind, I remembered my old family, and a vicious plan instantly appeared in my mind. With Mom and Dad's help, the trafficker who abducted me probably won't be able to get out of prison in this lifetime, but Jolene will have no livelihood. I contacted Jolene and transferred her $20,000 without saying a word. Jolene, help me do something, and I can give you $10,000 every month. The other party received the money and sent 3 question marks. No way, was your account hacked? How could you have so much money? I simply explained the situation to her, regardless of whether she understood it or not. Anyway, your dad is a trafficker and is about to go to prison. I was abducted by him, and I'm not your biological sister. I've reunited with my biological parents now. I have a little money, are you going to agree? Jolene, yes, of course, you are my only sister. What do you want me to do? I can call people from society to help you. I was speechless and rolled my eyes. Don't give me that crap. I only have 2 requirements. First, find a way to force that old woman to tell me. I want to know the reason why the trafficker stole me. She should know this very well. Second, you have to slap that old woman and her grandson every day, record the videos and send them to me. Remember, you have to slap them hard, until I'm satisfied. Jolene, oh my. Sis, you're a real ruthless person. Forget about the money, I've been annoyed by those 2 bitches for a long time. They scold me and order me around every day, really treating me like an idiot. Now that their protector is gone, watch me slap them to death. Then it's settled. After dealing with this matter, I stretched my back while lying in the money. Is this the world of the rich? This is so awesome. 11. In order not to worry me, my parents found out the truth about what happened back then the next day. Even the imam, who had disappeared for many years, went to prison with her ex-husband. Jolene sent a video, and the crisp sound of slaps inside made me feel comfortable and uplifting. You old bitch, I told you a long time ago that when I have money, the first thing I'll do is slap you to death. Jolene reported the situation to me. Sis, I asked, and the old woman said that they heard a superstitious saying from somewhere that if they wanted to have a boy, they had to first raise an older sister in the family to attract the child. So they disguised themselves as cleaners and went to the hospital to steal a baby girl. But they didn't expect that the child born was still a girl, which is me, so they disliked me even more, and they were afraid that things would be exposed, so they didn't dare to throw me away. They could only think about selling me when I grew up to exchange for betrothal money. I gave Jolene a bank card and said nonchalantly, actually, you can go back to school, it's better than now. Think about it yourself. I don't have any responsibility or obligation to her. Giving her money is purely out of selfishness. But she's not bad by nature, so it's good to give her a hand. 12. In the following time, I was either traveling everywhere or showing off my wealth like crazy, and my account accumulated a large number of followers. On my 18th birthday, my parents were attending an important investment conference abroad and didn't have time to be with me. I beautifully posted, I don't need a lot of money, I need a lot of love. The accompanying picture was a birthday gift, a bunch of mansion property certificates and luxury car keys. The comment section was as reassuring as ever. If you don't want money, give it all to me. Do you think we don't have money, so we have love? Kiss. Haha, on purpose, right? You must be laughing your head off seeing poor people gnashing their teeth but unable to do anything. After reading the comments for half an hour, Ethan suddenly made a video call. He gritted his teeth, Joanne. Look at what you've done. I'm really impressed by you. I tilted my head in confusion. What's wrong? Open the door. I jumped out of bed and ran to the door. No way, bro, why are you here? Didn't you say you'd spend my birthday with me tonight? He held the phone screen in front of me and shook it. Don't need a lot of money, need a lot of love? My good sister, Mom and Dad saw the post you sent and immediately ordered me to be with you. Are you satisfied now? No way, how did they know about my account? I felt the embarrassment of being caught doing crazy things online by acquaintances. I smiled guiltily and tugged at his hand. Bro, please forgive me. But you guys are also wrong. I changed the subject and pretended to be serious. How can you secretly look at my account without my permission? I'm going to block you all right now. Ethan panicked and grabbed my hand. Don't, I won't say anything, okay? After joking around for a while, I posted another comment. Haha, everyone, don't take it seriously. I'm just playing around. Actually, I don't only have a lot of money, I also have a lot of love. The netizens were even more broken. 0 people asked you. Life is hopeless.jpg. Actually, I don't want to know. 13. The calm and ordinary life of a rich lady was suddenly disrupted by one thing. Netizens with amazing abilities dug out my account that I had cancelled once, questioning that my persona was fake. Look at the posts she used to post, all stolen pictures, obviously fake. Shameless, probably has improved her skills now, and is setting up a rich lady persona online to make money again. Stop pretending, I've been annoyed by her for a long time. How could a really rich person be so high profile? My private messages were also flooded with abuse. The netizens who had randomly received money from me before spoke up for me, but they were called hired hands. I didn't care. Instead, Mom and Dad were worried that I would be stimulated, so they sent a bunch of gifts to comfort me. I felt emo late at night and casually took a picture of the Bun night view and posted it on social media. Caption: actually, I feel that life is quite boring, and it's more interesting to be with you. Haha, this scenery is also quite ordinary. This brought another bunch of abusive comments. Aren't you stealing pictures from somewhere again, sister? Have some shame. Does anyone really believe this? I didn't say anything, just kept showing off my wealth. Finally, some sharp-eyed netizens noticed something was wrong. These pictures aren't from the internet, doesn't anyone think she's really a rich lady? I saw her first post, she's the real daughter of a wealthy family who was found, although she is quite fake. I replied, haha, I'm just lucky, there's nothing to clarify. After all, being scolded a few times won't make my money less. Accompanied by the fireworks photos taken on my birthday. Sharing the fireworks released on my birthday. Netizens were shocked, no way, is she really a rich lady? Oh my god, that day I told my friend that I didn't know whose rich person's birthday was being celebrated with fireworks, it turns out it was you. Sister, can I marry you? 14. Due to the fact that I am lazy and fake, and I don't have any real skills, I spend money and show off my wealth every day. I also share my daily life as a rich lady online and give some money to my fans when I'm happy. Ethan inherited the company, and he doesn't have much time to be with me. Now I really feel that life is boring. After thinking about it, I invested in an orphanage and usually go to see the children. Once when I went to inspect, it happened to be the afternoon activity time, and the children were playing games together in the yard. I suddenly remembered that I had also played this game in kindergarten. While I was lost in memories, a little girl next to me suddenly grabbed me. Her grape-like eyes widened, and she said timidly, "Sister, I also want to play with them." I squatted down and touched her head, asking, "They don't want to play with you?" She raised her head, looking at me nervously. "They don't let me play with them. They all say I cheated, but I didn't." In her pupils, I saw my own face. A feeling of destiny came over me, and I gently hugged her. "They don't want to play with you, that doesn't mean there's something wrong with you, you don't need to care about them. Are you willing to go with me?" A breeze blew by, and the girl stretched out her little finger and hooked my hand. "It's a deal." I suddenly found that raising a child also seemed quite interesting.